Okay, got it. Yeah. Actually, I have a new computer. I should go with the new computer, but still, this one has doesn't do any of my stuff anymore. I cannot listen to my lectures and things like that. So I have a new computer, but when I tried it today, uh, it has some glitch about the Zoom. So I came back to the old one. Okay, let's go and start. It is 7:31. Okay. Oh. Kumud, can you
who is
mute
that?
your computer, please?
Who is that?
That's Kumud.
Sorry.
No problem. Thank you. Start back again from the beginning. 3 ohms. Oh. 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 Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Janakalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनाम् अग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि नमः श्रीतुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे. Okay, so Shri Guru Charana Sarojaraja Nijamana Mukuru Sudhari Baranau Raghuvara Bimala Jasu Jodayaku Palachari. So in the last class, we saw this first doha where Tulsidas ji said he will clean his mind mirror with the dust of the feet of Guru and then describe the glories of Raghuvara, which is Hanumanji. Now, how does this apply to us in our life? Cleaning is removing the negative tendencies, what we call the vasanas that we have accumulated over many of our janmantara. Okay, we have accumulated those things, and this cannot be wiped off with just one time. So you cannot clean everything by cleaning it once only. So, but it has to be cleaned daily. Okay, it has to be done daily. So, spirituality is not a weekend program. If followed only on weekends, then it does not have any strength at all. There should be consistency. So, this is what we learn from this doha here. And one more thing is, why Hanumanji is referred as Guru in this first doha. In Adhyatma Ramayana, Vedavyasji tells who is a guru. Guru is the one who connects the jiva, which is lost in samsara, with Paramatma, its own nature, jiva's own nature, that is Paramatma. So here in Ramayana, we see Sita ji is referred to as jiva and Sri Ramji as Paramatma. And Hanuman ji brings Sita ji and Sri Ramji together. So Hanuman ji is considered as a guru here. So now let us go to the second doha today. बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिकै सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार. So let's see the word meaning here. Buddhihina, that is without buddhi. So without intellect. Tanu, this body. Janikai, after knowing. Sumirau, I remember. Pavana Kumar, son of Vayu, that is Hanumanji. Bala Buddhi Vidya, strength, intellect and knowledge. Dehu Mohi, please give me. And Harahu, you remove Kalesha Vikar, all the afflictions, my afflictions and the blemishes here. So, what's meaning is, knowing that I am ignorant, I pray to you, Sri Hanumanji, the son of wind god, to bless me with strength, wisdom and knowledge and remove all my afflictions and blemishes. So here, Tulsidas ji is praying to Hanumanji. So prayer is actually not just asking God for something, but it is to invoke that higher in us. Prayer is the tuning of our mind with Bhagavan. It is connecting with Lord. So Guruji says, prayer is that which brings two things together which were never apart from each other anyway. It means individual and the Lord both are they come together with the prayer. Jiva Brahma Aikya. So let's see the first line here. Buddhihina Tanujanikai Sumiro Pavana Kumar. Tulsidas ji says, I'm a person who doesn't have many abilities. Buddhihina, I don't have any buddhi. And that is how I look upon myself. So that's what Tulsidas ji says there. So if you don't have buddhi, Tulsidas ji, how are you going to sing the glories of Hanumanji? So Tulsidas ji says, yes, even though I don't have any buddhi, I can sincerely remember Hanumanji and ask for buddhi, that is intelligence. Sumirao Pavana Kumar. Tulsidas ji is such a pure devotee and he says he is devoid of buddhi, intellectual power. It only shows Tulsidas ji's humility. See, devotees are not proud of what they have. They always feel, I don't have anything, everything belongs to Bhagavan only. Whereas in the material world, we, even though we don't own the things, we still are very, very proud of the things. You might say, what is that? Well, most of the time, it is the house, the car, and the credit card, and the credit card what we buy. All those things we don't actually own until we pay off the whole thing. But still, we are so proud that this is my house, this is my car, all these things, And so the pride and the humility, actually, they don't go together. So a devotee is totally humble. He does not say, I own these things, I have these things. So here Tulsidas says, I don't have the ability. So I'm going to pray to Hanumanji here. That's what Adi Shankaracharya says in Bhajagovinda. Makuru Dhanajana Yovana Garvam Harati Nimeshat Kala Sarvam. So don't take pride in wealth, dhana, jana, people, and yovana, youth. Why? Because time takes away all these things in a blink of an eye. Harashati, harati nimeshat kala sarvam. Everything will be gone before you know it. So buddhihina tanu janikai sumiro Pavana Kumar. So this kind of deenata, this kind of helplessness actually is a bhushana, is an ornamentation for a devotee. It is not dushana. It doesn't become a shortcoming for the devotee. This helplessness actually that becomes the reason for Sharanagati. That is total surrender to Bhagavan. The other names for Sharanagati is like a Atma Samarpana, Atma Nivedanam, Prapatti. All this means the same Sharanagati. Swami Shivananda Maharaj of Divine Life Society, he says, Sharanagati is the power of attorney. You give it to Bhagavan. And letting him guide you in whichever the way he prefers. You don't have your own will anymore. That is why Guruji says, Bhagavan has given free will. But what to do with that free will? Best thing is give it back to Bhagavan and say, you lead me. I don't have any free will of my own here. So when we do this one, what happens? We are free from anxiety and worry. Bhagavan will take care of everything. That kind of faith we develop. This doesn't mean we become tamasic and we become lazy. No. He gives enough energy to do everything, but that feeling that is there in us, that Bhagavan is responsible for all these things. That is the deenata here. But this will never happen when the ego is dancing like the hooded serpent. So all of you must have heard about the footprints in the sand, right? So a person who sees a pair of footprints in the sand, one belongs to God and the other belongs to the devotee. At some point, the devotee sees only one pair of footprints and he feels Bhagavan has given up on me. Especially when I'm in with difficulty, he left me. No, Bhagavan says, no, my dear devotee, I was carrying you when you could not go any further. So those steps are actually my steps, not yours. So when you totally surrender to Bhagavan, he will take care of you without any doubt. See, our spirituality starts with humility only. The day that I understand that I am buddhihina, I am weak, I need help from God, that day our spiritual journey begins. If one is arrogant and says, I can do everything on my own, I don't need Bhagavan's help, okay, then what happens? Our ego that says that makes us stop listening to even our guru. And the moment we think we know something, learning stops also. So make your mind empty. See, unless the cup is empty, you can't use it. If the cup is full, okay, then there is no use of it. So that's the reason you all have heard that Zen story. Zen master says, first you empty your mind and then come to me so that I can teach you. Buddhihina Tanujanike. So there is little deeper meaning to this one also here. So whoever has this notion that I am this body, he is an ignorant person. To consider ourselves as the body is the greatest ignorance. What is this body made of? It is made of 5 elements. If you analyze the body, one Swamiji says, even Gurudev used to say this body is nothing but a bundle of phosphorus, iron, and something else. He used to say zinc and all that. So if you really analyze this body, one Swamiji said, there is enough iron to make 10 nails. And there is enough sugar to make 5 cups of tea sweet. And there is enough phosphorus to make 3 matchboxes. And this is the body that we are so proud of. And this body is nothing but inert matter. It has no life and cannot do anything by itself. Only when it is enlivened by the Lord, then it is able to function. So people who give importance to the body and ignore Lord are not wise at all. They are buddhihina. So if I don't have knowledge, then only I consider this body as me alone. I am this body. What happens if I consider this body as me? So when you consider this body as me, everything that the body goes through, all the pain, the suffering, and a little bit of a happiness here and there, everything becomes you. You go through that. See, it is not that we cannot remember Bhagavan when we are in happy mood. It is not that sorrow is unavoidable to remember Bhagavan. But we just don't remember Bhagavan when we are happy. Because whatever that happiness came from, we think we did it. What it shows is actually we are asking for sorrows only so that we can remember Bhagavan. We have heard of the story of Kunti in Mahabharata. She asked Bhagavan, Lord Krishna, to always bless her with sorrows so that she will ever remember Lord Krishna. But it doesn't have to be like that. We can remember Bhagavan in happiness and in sorrow both when we have so much faith in him. When we have sorrows also, when we have faith, we don't even suffer those sorrows. We always feel there is a lesson in everything at that time. So Sumiro Pavana Kumar. So Tulsidas ji says, I don't have this buddhi, I am devoid of this intellectual power, and I pray to you, Pavana Kumar, son of wind god. And why he is praying to son of wind, that is Hanumanji? Because it's only a devotee who can give devotion. It's only a person who has knowledge can give you knowledge. Knowledgeable can give knowledge. A devotee can give devotion. Sumiro also means to remember. For a devotee, remembrance of God, Bhagavan itself is a joy. In Narada Bhakti Sutra, Narada Muni says, what is sorrow for a devotee? Sorrow for a devotee is when he forgets God. Now let us go to the next word, Pavana Kumar. What is this Pavana Kumar? Hanumanji is the son of Pavana, that is wind god. We will see more about why he is called Pavana Kumar, why he is called Anjani Putra, Kesari Nandana, all those things, in the future chopais. So here we'll just stick to a little bit about wind god and his uh, abilities and the glories. And Hanumanji is the son of that Pavana Kumar. So we know, the wind is always blowing. It is never stagnant. That is why wind is known as the great purifier. You see, when you see a closed room for a while, it becomes, it starts smelling muggy. But when you open the windows and the doors, and when the fresh air blows in, that cleans and purifies that room. So wind god is considered as the purifier, a great purifier, not just a little purifier. And as son of wind god, Hanumanji also has this same guna. He also moves from place to place, and wherever he goes, he purifies the atmosphere. People who come in contact with Hanumanji, they also get purified. So this name Pavana, the etymology of Pavana is Punati iti Pavana. Punati means purifies. The one who purifies, he is known as Pavana. And another quality of wind is it serves everyone silently and 24/7, day and night. And it doesn't have any pomp and show to say, see, here I am, recognize me. The wind doesn't have any ego, and it serves everyone selflessly. It serves the plants, the animals, the human beings, the worms, the creatures, everything. Same way, Hanuman ji also served Lord Rama without any pride, without any false ego or arrogance. Another name for Pavana is Samir. And the etymology of Samir is Samyak Iryate iti Samira. So one who can blend anywhere very, very well. And that is Pavana. That is Sumira. And that is Hanumanji also. See, wind does so much, but it is never seen. But when he is absent, we notice him. When he is present, we take him for granted. One Mahatma said, live in this world, live in this samsara like the salt in the food. When it is there, nobody notices. The moment it is not there, everybody notices. And the other thing about Pavana is the strength of the wind is immeasurable. We just saw Helene, the hurricane just passed through our Georgia, and how much havoc it has created starting from Florida all the way to Nashville, Tennessee and North Carolina. So that is the power of Pavana. In Upanishads, this wind is known as Pratyaksha Brahma. So he has that stature in the scriptures, Pavana Kumar. So Sumiro Pavana Kumar. Naturally, Hanuman has all these qualities of his father. Pavana, so I remember. So Tulsidas ji says, I remember Pavana Kumar because he has all these qualities and he can help me. So what do we learn from this one? These are the qualities we need to imbibe. So let us serve silently, humbly, and with lot of devotion, and not expecting anything back for the services that we give. In Vedanta, this is known as Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga will actually weaken our Deha Buddhi. That attachment to our body will become less and less. Body identification is actually, as I said, is ignorance. So ignorance becomes less and less and less here. So here in this first line of this Doha, Tulsidas ji helps us to understand how we should begin our spiritual life. How? Be humble. Don't show off what you have. Everything belongs to Bhagavan. Now, what is it that Tulsidas ji is asking from Hanuman? So the second line says, Bala Buddhi Vidya Dehu Mohi Harahu Kalesha Vikar. Tulsidas ji says, give me this and I will give you this for that one in exchange. So give and take. So first he says, give me Bala, Buddhi and Vidya. Bala, the strength, Buddhi, intellectual capacity or the wisdom, and Vidya, that is knowledge. So what is it that Tulsidas ji wants to give back in return? Harahu Kalesha Vikar. You take away my klesha, my afflictions, and vikar, my blemishes. Swami Swarupananda ji says, when you ask something from Bhagavan, you should ask in such a way that you don't have to keep on going back and asking again and again and again. And also, you can only ask from that person who has them. If you don't have it, you cannot give. So here, Tulsidas ji is asking Hanuman ji, who has these things, who has the ability to give, and he asks for 3 things here. See, even if we have this Bala, Buddhi and Vidya, and minus Bhagavan, that kind of Bala, Buddhi and Vidya only brings inner agitations. Why? Because I myself hold responsible for everything. I don't have any support. I become very anxious and I become very worried also. So let Bhagavan give these things to us. Bala. Bala is the strength. This is very, very important. You must have the physical strength. That means you have the vitality in the body. Physical strength, or what we call muscle power, is not sufficient. With that, you should have the mental strength also. That's why we say healthy body with a healthy mind. So both should be there. In Mahabharata, there is the chapter called Yaksha Prashna. There, Yaksha asks, what is a great blessing? Yudhishthira says, good health. And as we grow old, we realize how good health is a blessing. Guruji says, Bala, strength is that which includes physical strength, moral strength, and the strength of character also. Bala is actually Bhagavan himself. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita in the 7th chapter, Balam balavatam chaham kamaraga vivarjitam. I am the strength in strong people, which is devoid of desire and passion. And this spiritual strength is the means to reaching the God also. Then the second is buddhi, intellect. There is a difference between intellectual and intelligent. For intelligence, you need vidya, the knowledge of right and wrong. Real intelligence is knowledge plus purity plus application. So, buddhi is intelligence to apply and strength to live that. At ultimate level, buddhi is that can discriminate what is real and what is unreal, what is permanent and what is temporary. We say Jagan Mithya, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. I'm sorry, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, right? Consciousness that Brahman, that God is Satya, that is the reality. Jagan Mithya. This world is Mithya. What is Mithya? Mithya doesn't mean it is not real. Mithya means it's an appearance. So this is what we call Viveka. Then comes the Vidya, knowledge. So when you have Buddhi, actually you might ask, why do you need Vidya, Buddhi also when you, why do you need Vidya when you have Buddhi? Because Buddhi should be soaked in the right knowledge. If not, Buddhi will be misused. You take the example of Ravana. Ravana was a great scholar. He knew Jyotishya also, a great musician, and the devotee of Lord Shiva also. But his deeds, what did that led to get killed from Lord Sri Ramchandra ji. So Vidya, knowledge at the higher level is, who am I? Is the ultimate knowledge. Without knowing ourselves, but knowing everything of the world is actually incomplete knowledge. That's not the total knowledge. So, Bala Buddhi Vidya Dehu Mohi. Okay, Bhagavan says, Hanumanji says, okay, I'll give you these things, but what will you give me? So, Tulsidas ji already said, right? Harahu Kalesha Vikar. So, when we receive, we should give something also. But what is it that we can give to Bhagavan? Bhagavan has everything. But we should give something that Bhagavan doesn't have. And Bhagavan doesn't have klesha and vikar. So what is klesha? Klesha refers to afflictions, that negative tendencies that cause sorrow in us. In Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Patanjali enumerates 5 kinds of kleshas. And they are avidya, that is ignorance, asmita, that is ego, raga, likes, dvesha, dislikes, and abhinivesh, that is fear of death. That means I want to live longer. So these are the 5 kleshas. If you see, everything is about I, the capital I. So ignorance of who am I causes all these 5 kleshas in us. And after kleshas comes the vikaras. And there are 6 vikaras. We call it as Shad vikaras. What are those? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. That is lust, anger, avarice, delusion, pride, and jealousy. And all these are the causes of our distress and also mental agitations. So here Tulsidas ji says, Harahu. He says, please take them away. Because we are attached to our sorrows also. We are drowning in samsara, still we are not ready to give up the attachments. You must have heard that famous story. A man was drowning in the river. A passerby saw and he extended his hand and said, take my hand, take my hand. I will save you. No, not take my hand. Give your hand, give your hand. I will save you. But that man was so attached. He says, how can I give? Even when he is dying, he doesn't want to give. The man understood and he said, take my hand, take my hand. That man understood the take, but not give. So that's how much we are attached to all our things here. We are attached to our sorrows also that much. So thus here we see 5 kleshas and 6 vikaras. So together is 11 enemies which we should destroy. And here it is said Hanuman is the avatar of the 11th Rudra. And Swami what's that, Ramabhadracharya, he says he is the avatar of the 11 Rudras combined together. So you can take either way, either the 11th avatar or the avatar of all the 11 Rudras combined there. So here we should remember what we can get from this line. Here, removal of klesha and vikar is very, very important in our spiritual sadhana. If it is not removed, no matter how much sadhana you do, we are not going to progress in that. In a village, people were dying because the water in the well was polluted. A man went to a Mahatma for a solution. And the Mahatma, he didn't have to come to the village. Right from there, he said, there is a dead cat in the well. Remove that. I'm sorry. I missed the whole story. I told you the punchline already. Okay, I'll start all over. Okay. So this man went to the Mahatma for a solution. Mahatma said, the well water is polluted. Remove all the water. Fresh water will come and everybody will be okay. So with great effort, all the people, bucket after bucket, they removed the water from the well. And still the people were dying. So this man went back to the Mahatma and he said, we did. We emptied the whole well, but still people are dying. Then the Mahatma asked, did you remove the dead cat? He said, no. See, these kleshas and vikaras are like the dead cat. The root cause, actually it is a barrier in our spiritual sadhana. However much we do the sadhanas, until these negativities are not removed, no spiritual progress happens. So positivity must be reinforced and negativity must be dropped. So Tulsidas ji says that worship of Hanumanji will remove these afflictions and kleshas from our life. So buddhihina tanu janike sumiro pavana kumar bala buddhi vidya dehu mohi harahu kalesha vikara. So in this Doha, actually, we find the complete secret of what is an effective prayer. 5 aspects of prayer is given here. First secret is when you pray, there should be the attitude of humility, humbleness. You bow down to Bhagwan. That is called Naman. Buddhihina Tanujanike signifies this Naman. Second is Smaran. Remembering the Bhagwan. Invoking the Lord who is present in our hearts. So here the word Sumirao signifies Smaran. This Sumiran transforms into Kirtan. So that is the third one, Kirtan, praising the Lord. God doesn't need our praise. But when we praise, we recognize the glories of Bhagwan. And when we recognize the glories of the Bhagwan, we develop faith in Bhagwan. So praising the Lord is known as Kirtan. Pavana Kumar represents Kirtan in this Doha. The fourth one is Yachana. Yachana is asking for something. So Bala, Buddhi, Vidya, Dehu, Mohi signifies Yachana. Whatever we need, we should ask from Bhagavan only directly. The last one is Arpana. That is offering. Not only you ask, you offer also something. Here, Klesha and Vikar is the offering. So, the 5 aspects of prayer are Naman, Smaran, Kirtan, Yachan, and Arpana. So, to summarize these 2 dohas, first we must clean our mind by serving our Guru. And once our mind is clean, the glories of Lord will shine very clearly in that pure mind. With this, we can sing the glories of Bhagavan and we shall get all the 4 Purusharthas. And our sorrows will end and our ignorance will vanish also. So this is the 2 dohas that is in the beginning of the Hanuman Chalisa. Now, having invoked the blessings of Guru and praying for the right knowledge from Hanumanji, now Tulsidas ji glorifies Hanumanji in 40 chopais. So what is a chopai? Chopai is the name of the meter that is used here. So now let us see the first chopai. Jaya Hanuman Gnana Guna Sagar Jaya Kapi Satihu Loka Ujagar. Jaya Hanuman, victory to you, O Hanuman. Gnana Guna Sagar, who is an ocean of Gnana, knowledge, Guna, and virtues. Jaya Kapisa, victory to you, O Lord of the monkeys. Isha is Lord. Tihu Loka Ujagar, who is well known in all the 3 worlds. So, Swami Ramabhadracharya says in this verse, he says, in this verse, Tulsidas ji is describing this super worldly eminence, that is worldly fame of Hanumanji in the first line and the worldly perfection in the second half. So now let us see this chopai. First word in the first line and also in the second line is Jaya. We translate this word Jaya as victory to you. Hail to you. May you be victorious. But why do we do Jaikar? Doing Jaikar is to remind ourselves that he is supreme. So, Jaya Hanumana. Hanumana. Hanu means chin. So, as a child, Anjani Putra flew to sun thinking it was some kind of a fruit. At that time, Indra, the lord of Devatas, hit him with Vajra, his weapon. But Hanumanji was so strong that Vajra caused only a small slit or cleft in his chin. So Hanu is chin, and because of that, he was known as Hanumanji. Hanuman also means one whose ego has been cut, means who is not proud at all. Swami Swarupananda ji says that our Gurudev, Swami Chinmayananda ji, is also a Hanuman. How? Because when Gurudev, as a child, when he was playing some game, he slit his chin also. So actually, one devotee tells Gurudev, Gurudev, you're so handsome. You know, if you just shave that beard, that long beard, you would look so handsome. So Gurudev said, no, I'm hiding something. I cannot shave this beard. And so Swarupananda says, yes, he was hiding this slit that he had in his chin. Anyway, actually Guruji says, all of us are Hanumans only. Because Hanu is chin. All of us have Hanu. So we are all Hanumanji also. So we are all devotees of Sri Ramchandraji Bhagwan. Gnana Guna Sagar. He is an ocean of two things, Gnana and Guna. This is a rare combination. See, sometimes people have knowledge, and that knowledge will bring arrogance. Very rarely you see people who are very knowledgeable, they are humble also. Actually, the knowledge should bring humility in us. That is why it is said, Vidya Dadati Vinaya. If the knowledge does not bring the humility, that knowledge is actually useless. Gnana Sagar, ocean of knowledge. In Kishkinda Kanda, in Valmiki Ramayana, when Hanumanji met Lord Rama for the first time, Hanumanji says quite a bit, about the appearance of Bhagavan and why he is walking with bare feet, and still he can recognize that he is not a sadhu, all these things. At that time, Sri Ramchandraji praises the knowledge of Hanuman. So it is said here, it is in Kishkinda Kand, the third Sarga, 28th and 29th verse. If you want to go back and look at it, there it is said, Nan Rugveda Vinitasya Na Yajurveda Dharinaha Na Samaveda Vidushaha Shakyam Evam Vibhashitu. What it means is, such words cannot be spoken by someone who is not completely versed in the Rigveda, who has not memorized the Yajurveda, and who is not a scholar of Samaveda. And continuing, Sri Ramchandraji says, Nam Vyakaranam Krishnam Anena Bahuda Shrutam. Bahu Vyaharata Anena Na Kinchidapa Shabditam. Definitely, grammar is severally and comprehensively learned by him. And though much is said by him, not a single word has gone amiss of verbiage. That's why one of the titles for Hanumanji is known as Nava Vyakarana Pandita. So it is said that If one has mastered Samaveda, their voice is melodious. If one has mastered Atharva Veda, they are filled with humility. If one has mastered Yajurveda, you will see lavishness in their vocabulary. And if one has mastered Rigveda, he will have tremendous memory, like Ekapati. Once you heard, that person never forgets. So Lord Rama recognized all these characters in Hanumanji, where he was Gnana Sagar, ocean of knowledge. And who was Hanumanji's guru? Hanumanji's guru was Lord Surya himself. He went to Lord Surya and said, I want to be your students, please teach me. And it is said, Lord Surya said, I'm sorry, Hanuman, my class is booked and I don't have space for you. But Hanumanji said, I don't need any space in your classroom. I will fly with you and you teach and I will hear. So he was intent on learning and he did not see any disability or anything there. And he learned from Lord's son himself. Gnana Guna Sagar. He is the ocean of knowledge. Once Sri Ramchandra ji asked Hanumanji, what is your relationship with me? Hanumanji, being the Gnana Sagar, he replies so beautifully. He says, Deha Buddhyatu Dasosmi. From the standpoint of this body, I am your dasa. I am your servant. Jiva Buddhya Twadam Shakam. From the standpoint of Jiva, individual soul, you are the totality and I'm a part of you. Atma Buddhya Tvamevaham. From the standpoint of consciousness, you are me and I am you. There is no difference. We both are the same, that Brahman, that consciousness. Itime Nishchita Matihi. This is my firm conviction. That means I don't have any doubts in this knowledge. So this is Gnana Sagara. There is no ambiguity and there is no doubt also. Gnana Sagar, we say Sagar is ocean, right? Ocean is very vast. It is infinite. Same way, Hanumanji's knowledge is also infinite. There is no boundary. It is very, very deep. And how deep it is, nobody will be able to find out. Gnana Guna Sagar. Hanumanji not only is an ocean of knowledge, he is an ocean of guna also. Means he has a lot of beautiful values, which make Hanumanji very, very special. Guna Sagar. So, ocean of beautiful virtues. One of the guna that we can see is when Hanumanji with Angada, Jambavan and the army of monkeys was sent to the south to find Sitaji. So there, when Sampati tells that he can see Sitaji sitting in Lanka under the tree. So now Hanumanji decides, of course, Jambavan reminds him all those things I'm going to let go because I can't make the story very long here. So when Hanumanji is ready to jump towards Lanka, before he jumps, he tells all the monkeys that had come with him, you stay here, you rest, eat what you can get here and wait for me. We all came together as a team, and we will all go back as a team, and we all go as a team and give the message about Sitaji to Sri Ramchandraji. He was not looking for self-gratification, self-recognition. And this is the Guna Sagara. And we will see more of Hanumanji's gunas in the more chopais that will be coming about his gunas also. So between guna and gnana, which one would you like? See, if you have guna, you will slowly gain gnana also. But if you just have gnana, sometimes it will lead to arrogance, ego also there. And in Hanumanji's personality, you see both guna and gnana here. And what is the difference between value and a virtue? Value is something that we appreciate. For example, truthfulness. But virtue is that when you practice that value and it becomes your own, then that is called as virtue. So here Hanumanji had both gnana and guna here. And he lived them. And he transformed into all this compassion, truthfulness, seva bhava. All these were transformed as virtues in Hanumanji. Jaya Kapisa Tihu Loka Ujagara. Jaya Kapisa. Jaya, victory to Isha of Kapis, Lord of the monkeys. So why is Tulsidas is saying Hanumanji is the king of Vanaras? When Sugriva and Vali, they were the one who sat on the throne of Kishkinda, Hanumanji was never a king. Why is he saying that one? For that, we have to wait till next week. So we will see that one, Jaya Kapesati Loka Ujagaru, and continue after that also. Hopefully, we will be going little faster starting from the next class. Does anyone want to chant the Hanuman Chalisa? If you want to chant, please raise your hand and unmute and chant. Revati, you want to try?
Sure, Auntie, I can try.
Go ahead. I will mute myself and you go ahead, okay?
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधार वरनो रघुवर विमल जसु जो दायक फल चार बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार भल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहे हरहु कलेशु विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर राम दूत अतुलित बल धाम अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नाम महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कांचन वरन विराजे सुहेशा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजे विराजे खांदे मूंज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवर्ण केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावन गुणियति चातुर राम काज करी इको हातुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिए को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियाहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंका जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संगारे, रामचंद्र के खज संवारे। लाए संजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर हर सिर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम माम प्रिय भरत ही संभाई। सहस बदन तुम्हारो यस गावे, उस खाई श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। संकदिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीषा, नारद सरद सहित हनीषा। यम कुबेर दिक्पल जहांते, कवि कोविद कही सके कहाते। तुम उपकर सुग्रीव ही कीना, राम मिलाए रजपति दीना। तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। युग सहस्त्र जोगन पर बानु, लीलो तही मधुर फल जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेली मुख माई, जलधि लंघि गई अजरज नाई। दुर्गम कज जगत की जाते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे दीते। राम द्वारे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लही तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक खाऊ को डरना। आपन तेज समारो आपी, तीनों लोक आंख के कापी। भूत पिशच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नसे रोग हारे सब पीरा, जगपट निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट से हनुमन छुड़ावे, मन करम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, उस वर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुवीर पर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित न धराई, हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करे। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरई हनुमत बलबीरा। जय जय हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत पर पत करे कोई, छुटे ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो हे पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होए सिद्धि शक्ति गुरु गुरीशा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, के जय दास हृदय में धीरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसे सुरभूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय।
Thank you, Revati. That was nice, very nice. Okay, next week, Ashwin, you want to chant? Okay, very good, very good. Okay, we'll finish it here. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om, everyone. So we will see
Hari
you
Om.
next.
Hari Om.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Thank you.
Hari Om.
Thank you, Gita.
Thank you, Kumud. So week after Kumud can chant.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So the first one that I missed is going to be on our WhatsApp group app.
The first one is already in the WhatsApp group.
It's on the WhatsApp group. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
first,
thank you.
not the first one, the second one. The last week's
Oh,
one is there.
Yeah.
First
Mhm.
week one, I did not record it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, so the last
That's,
week one is there. So
introduction,
from last
right?
week, I will record it every week now.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Gita.
Thank you.
Kumud.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.